cars, locomotives, cruise ships, massive trucks thundering down highways. We see them, we use them, we rely on them. But where did it all begin? One man, one idea, a vision that would revolutionize the transportation industry and the modern world. This is the story of Rudolf Diesel, the genius who gave the world the diesel engine, and a mystery that still lingers to this day. Buckle up. It's time to dive into history. Before the highways buzzed with engines and the seas roared with ships, there was one man, one invention, one mystery. This is the story of Rudolf Diesel, the genius who gave the world the diesel engine, and a disappearance that still baffles historians to this day. Get ready, because this is a story of innovation, triumph, and an unsolved mystery that will leave you speechless. Chapter 1. The Man Before the Machine. Rudolf Christian Karl Diesel, a name that echoes through the world of engineering. Born in 1858 in Paris, Diesel was not born into wealth or privilege. His parents were Bavarian immigrants, struggling to make ends meet in a city that offered little to outsiders. His father, a bookbinder turned leather goods maker, worked tirelessly, and young Rudolf learned the value of hard work early on. As a child, he was sent to live with a farmer in Vincennes, a decision that may have seemed ordinary at the time, but would set the stage for a life filled with struggle, brilliance, and mystery. When the Franco-Prussian War broke out, the Diesels were forced to flee to England. But young Rudolf? He was sent to Germany to live with relatives and study engineering. At just 14 years old, he wrote a letter to his parents with one simple declaration: "I will become an engineer." Not just any engineer, but one that would change the world forever. Chapter 2. The Dream That Nearly Killed Him. Diesel studied at Munich's Polytechnic School, where he was taught by Carl von Linde, a man who would unknowingly set Diesel on a course that would lead to both greatness and tragedy. But success didn't come easily. In 1879, while his classmates graduated, Diesel was lying in a hospital bed, near death from typhoid fever. It was only after recovering that he finished his studies, graduating at the top of his class. And then, the young engineer took his first steps toward destiny. Working for von Linde in refrigeration, Diesel became fascinated with one thing: efficiency. He looked at the steam engine, the workhorse of the Industrial Revolution, and saw its greatest flaw: it wasted nearly 90% of its energy. Diesel believed there had to be a better way, a machine that would burn less fuel, run more efficiently, and change industry forever. Little did he know, his pursuit of this dream would nearly cost him his life. Chapter 3. The Birth of the Diesel Engine. By the early 1890s, Diesel had a vision. He didn't want to build just another engine. He wanted to revolutionize power itself. He wanted an engine that compressed air until it became so hot that when fuel was injected, it would ignite on its own. No spark plugs needed. A self-igniting, highly efficient powerhouse of an engine. But bringing his idea to life was no easy task. One of his early prototypes exploded, nearly killing him. Another test landed him in the hospital. His eyesight was permanently damaged. Yet Diesel did not stop. In 1892, he was granted a patent for his revolutionary design. And by 1897, the world saw its first working diesel engine, a 25-horsepower beast, unlike anything seen before. It was stronger than a steam engine. It was more efficient than anything before it. And soon, the world would never be the same. The diesel engine quickly spread across the globe, powering ships, trains, factories, and vehicles. Diesel became famous, wealthy, a legend. But success is never without its shadows, and Rudolf Diesel was about to face his greatest mystery yet. Chapter 4. The Mysterious Disappearance. By 1913, Diesel was on top of the world. He was traveling across Europe, working with top engineers, businessmen, and even militaries. But on September 29, 1913, everything changed. That night, Rudolf Diesel boarded the SS Dresden, a steamer headed for London. He had dinner. He retired to his cabin, and he asked to be woken at 6:15 a.m. the next morning. But when morning came, Diesel was gone. His cabin was untouched. His bed was empty. His watch and coat were neatly placed, but he was nowhere to be found. What happened next only deepened the mystery. 10 days later, a body was found floating in the sea. It was too decomposed to identify, but when rescuers pulled items from the man's pockets, they were Diesel's. His son identified them, and just like that, the world lost the man who had changed it forever. Or did they? Because even today, the question remains, did Rudolf Diesel jump? Was he murdered? Or did he escape into the shadows, never to be seen again? Chapter 5. The Theories. To this day, no one knows what really happened to Rudolf Diesel. Some believe he took his own life, drowning in the sea, unable to handle financial struggles. Others think he was murdered. His invention was too powerful, too valuable, and too dangerous to fall into the wrong hands. The German government wanted exclusive control over the diesel engine, but Diesel was on his way to meet with the British Navy, to sell his design to them. Was he silenced before he could strike the deal? And then, there's the most bizarre theory of all. Some claim Diesel never died at all. Instead, they say he staged his disappearance, defected to Britain, and continued working on secret projects under a different name. The truth? We may never know. Chapter 6. The Legacy of Diesel. But what we do know is this. Rudolf Diesel's invention changed the world. His engine powers the trucks that move our goods, the trains that cross continents, and the ships that explore the oceans. He dreamed of efficiency. He dreamed of innovation. And even in mystery, his legacy lives on. So the next time you see a diesel truck, hear a train whistle, or watch a ship sail the seas, remember the man behind the machine, the genius, the revolutionary, the vanished inventor, Rudolf Diesel, and that is history.